Hello and welcome to Community Viewpoint. I'm your host for this segment, Maria Guerra, and I'm so lucky to have Miss LeeAnn Luna from NYECC join me again. It's always so fun when you're on. We always have such cool stuff to talk about.
Thank you for having me.
So today we're going to kind of take things in another direction. Usually we have a set program to talk about, but I kind of want to generalize things today because I have such a good resource and expert on all things like program related in NYECC. You are a program manager, by the way, or I probably said that wrong, but anyway. So first I want to talk about what's going on for Halloween. There's lots of things going on, I think, around town.
The NYECC usually has some Halloween stuff, and I do not have the calendar out for that. Our specific, the ones we do we're not having this year. So it's all what the community is doing.
But you know what? You don't have to do it all because they try.
Yeah.
They try. NYECC, I mean, I can't say enough good things about them,
October's
but they do
always
try.
busy.
Yeah.
We had RAM, right?
Oh, that
we
was
did
amazing.
Nearly 400 people.
That's awesome.
With over $170,000 worth of stuff.
And tell me if this is correct, but I heard a couple years ago that RAM is usually a program that goes to a town once, and they travel across the country. But because our town is so like receptive and we do, that's what I love about this community. Like we help each other, but because it's so effective here that we've had it repeatedly. So is that true usually?
We're on the calendar for next year.
Okay, yeah, see?
Yeah, before we even get this year, we were on the calendar for next year. It's just, they enjoy coming, and we've got it down pat. Now we've got it down to 2 days, and we do just as much as we did in 2 days as we did in 4.
And so I bet they're using some of the guidance and some of the flow guidelines for other towns, which is pretty awesome, and we should be pretty proud of that the community organizations that are directly involved in that should be really proud of that.
It's an undertaking, and I think as a result, we are able, even in our town, to pilot some things that are a little bit different. So I started a few years ago with the Cleveland Clinic coming up, and they come up with their Healthy Brains, which is an examination of your memory and how and then once you take the examination, you take that to your doctor and talk to your doctor about how your memory is doing. And then they also, on that website, give you a bunch of tips and tricks to use to preserve your memory.
Okay. You just gave me an idea for another show. I want to do, you heard it here. So if you're watching today, call LeeAnn, tell her you want to sign up. You're still doing that, right?
Well, that's what we do during RAM, but Cleveland Clinic is coming out here in mid-January.
Okay.
And I will have a flyer to that effect. And they are doing a community education event, and they're also educating providers.
That's awesome.
So I will have that out in the newsletter for NYECC.
So sign up for the newsletter. So
right.
This is where you guys get to do a little bit of homework. And after you watch the show, of course, because you don't want to miss a second of it, is you want to go sign up for that NYECC newsletter. Check out their website. It's pretty cool. And just everything that they do. And
that's where it's listed, is the newsletter. You get a show of whatever, all we're doing and all of what our partners are doing.
That newsletter is very comprehensive.
60 page, 68, 72. It's different every month.
Yeah, and you don't have to print it out. You can just go there and then scroll through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go back to the community. So this year for Halloween, I know a couple things that are going on. And there's probably more, so go to the NYECC newsletter. So the Nye County WIC office is having a WIC or treat. I think that's so adorable.
Nice.
And they're doing that on Halloween Day from 3 to 4:30. And then right after from 5 to 8, I believe, it's at the park. There's a group of organizations. Deanna O'Donnell's involved in that. Linda Wright is involved in that. Like they're getting all businesses. So if you want to get involved in that, and you're watching this now, you still have time. Call Deanna or call Linda over at the VFW, or Linda Wright. She also is involved in the task force. Call them there's a flyer circulating. You can go to prompt, trick or treat on your Facebook or Google pages, and then you can just find their number, and then you can sign up because it's anybody. So business, nonprofit organization, private citizen, you can do this trunk or treat. Whether you set up, a table or have it right out of the trunk, but it's going to be at the Calvada Eye by the duck pond. So that's going to be cool.
That's nice. I like
that's
that.
Going to be
That's
cool.
a good environment.
There's going to be lots of little ghosts and goblins and Disney characters and all that.
And PDOP is doing that.
And hopefully a lot of Star Wars characters. Right? Oh, you know what? I think they are doing that, but I don't know if it's on Halloween. I think that might be over the weekend.
It might be
the
preceding weekend.
Yeah, and PDOP also has a Facebook page as well, so
right.
You can check them out on there.
Lots of things to do for the kids. I think there's also an event at Simpkins Park.
Oh my gosh, all over the place. So check out your pages, check out your social media pages, and just find out. So you have lots of homework. You have that NYECC newsletter to read, and then you also have to research all that stuff for Halloween. And if you're not into it, at least you'll know those places to avoid as well if you're not into Halloween. So that is kind of a segue. So Halloween
holiday though is the Thanksgiving after that.
Yeah,
and we are having that Thanksgiving meal.
And Halloween kind of is like the kickoff kind of to all those holiday things, and so the holidays are very fun time for a lot of us, and sometimes not so fun time for some people. So there's resources. There's a lot of things that NYECC has resources for to refer people if they are having a hard time, and also that what you said with the holiday meal, that's a huge like step. If you're out here alone, if you don't have a lot of family, maybe you guys just moved here. That holiday meal is for the community. And so you can kind of get to know your community members there, right? So tell me some of the things they do at that holiday meal.
Well, as far as the whole holiday season and people who may not be enjoying it as much as others, the biggest symptom of people in crisis is isolation. So we've been doing programs to increase connection. And that is a very big connection opportunity because it's an in-person meal that everybody goes to, and you have the opportunity to sit and connect with people.
Okay. And there's music, and there's, it's like there's the whole meal, there's music, there's even dessert.
Yeah. So I'm also doing, my program that I'm running is the System of Care grant, and it is for youth who are in crisis.
Okay.
So if they're experiencing isolation and crisis, they can get a hold of me, and this grant will actually pay if they're in a gap and they aren't able to pay for a provider. The grant will pay for a provider, and also I have providers on contract that are now with open books, because the largest problem you have when you're having crisis is that you can't get in for weeks at a time.
Yeah, it's the timeline, and if you're in crisis today, booking you in a month from now isn't going to help you today. And
so if you have youth that you feel that may be experiencing crisis, call me at the NYECC, and we'll get them into a provider a lot sooner than they could get in general.
I have a question. Can the youth reach out to you directly? Can the teenagers?
Absolutely.
Can they call? Okay.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome. That's really awesome. And then
the second program.
Okay. I was going to ask real quick on the meal. Can they go by themselves, or do they need a parent? So like if there's teenagers in crisis, their family, isn't around, can they go to the meal?
I believe that at certain ages they wouldn't want to have 12 and above, I think, could go.
Okay.
And then under would need a supervisor, yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay, so second program.
Second program is also for those in crisis over the holidays, and it's the veterans, together with veterans.
Okay.
And what we're doing with that one is the funds that we have will pay for others in the community to train as peer support to support veterans in crisis. Oh,
that's awesome. And so how does somebody sign up for that training?
If you're interested in being peer support for veterans, there are flyers out in the community right now. I brought one in, but I didn't bring it. But you can
it's in the
contact
newsletter,
me.
I'm sure.
It's in the newsletter, and you can contact me at NYECC, and I can get you together. We need people in the committee to continue to help us structure,
organize this committee. And,
organize.
Okay.
The committee's been running for a year and a half, but we need more people in the committee, and we need then people who are interested in peer support. And we're always interested, if you are a veteran in crisis, contact us so that we can get you to that connection.
Okay.
We have a whole resource paper that is for you to use to reconnect the community.
Okay. I have another question. We just have a couple minutes left, but I'm wondering, so in the past, there's organizations like when you have, say, the Salvation Army does the bell ringing and businesses send employees on certain, like paid time, like they will basically like donate an employee's time for them to go do the bell ringing for a couple of hours and get involved in other community events like fundraisers and things like that. So would that be possible for a local business to send an employee to do that training if they wanted,
Sure.
like a designated person?
Absolutely.
Okay. I like to think outside the
Absolutely.
box. And this lady, she's got so much good stuff going on.
I'll give you anything you want if you're thinking outside the box.
Okay. All right. So if you have a local business, please reach out to LeeAnn, because that sounds like a fantastic opportunity for a business to get involved in helping the community, because
especially with the vets.
When you have a healthy community, you have healthier businesses. So.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're almost out of time. Let's go back to your phone number really quick. And if you forget the extension, you can always just call the NYECC and they will transfer you over to LeeAnn.
They know who I am? They do.
I think everybody, if you don't know who LeeAnn is, watch the program again and tell your friends, because she's awesome. Thank you so much for coming on again, and happy Halloween. And,
thank you for having me.
And we'll see you again. You'll come back next event as well.
Oh, whenever you want me.
I'll be calling her and having her come back. Please go over to that NYECC newsletter and find out what's going on in the community. I know there's a lot of new people here, and welcome to Pahrump. And thank you for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
And welcome again to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pawlak, your host for this segment. With me today is Ryan Muccio, and we'll be talking about our topic today is the RAM event that just happened in town, the 1st and 2nd of October.
Yes, that's correct.
Ryan is the co-chair, and he has been for a couple of 3 years.
7 years.
Oh, time flies. As we could see by the 7 different colors of T-shirts that I have that my lovely wife has folded. Otherwise, they'd be in a big mess on the table. But these are some of the different colors. There's at least 7 different colors. I've been there for the full 7 years also.
You have, yeah.
So Ryan and I enjoy what we do with the RAM event by giving back to the community in different ways. The RAM event services people for dental issues, and with dental they do what? Extractions,
fillings, and cleanings.
Cleaning. Optical, you can get your eyes checked. You can get yourself set up for with frames and glasses, and they could be made up that same day unless they're specialty glasses.
Yep.
And then you'll probably get them in a couple weeks after that. And what else do we have after that? We have
medical. So
medical.
A lot of women's health services, pap smears, certificates for free mammograms, general medicine, and then mental health.
And they do shots. And
we do vaccines as well.
And we had flu
shots and COVID.
And COVID this year.
Yep.
So we have they have all those services, and we have all those services, and it was held at the Pathways campus once again. That winds up to be a pretty good venue for us in town. It started out at the Coalition,
yep,
and we thought that was okay.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Then we found out the new shiny Pathways.
Yes. So let's show you a little bit about what it's about. We have a video that was taken by the Channel 25 a news article right after that. So let's see, Ryan and his co-chair Stacy Smith, the CEO from the NYECC Communities Coalition, they'll be talking about the event. So here's the video.
I was so excited to see on Saturday morning when we showed up, there was so many people lined up along the fence, and we had all the parking spots taken, and so it was just awesome to see the people in our community take advantage of the medical event that we had going on. The dental, the vision, the medical, the mental health, it was just great.
We had a great year. It's our 7th year, and I think it was fantastic. We really had a lot of great people out here. Saw a lot of patients who were really appreciative, so that's always the goal. It's pretty crazy. We turned the Pathways building into an entire, basically, hospital. And so the Ram truck has the vision lab that is quite impressive. They made hundreds of glasses there this weekend. So it's been nice.
My title is Telehealth and Disaster Manager, but what I really do is I follow Stan's mission to bring free quality health care to those in need by helping execute these free pop-up clinics in various communities across the United States. We provide free health care, dental care, vision care, medical care, veterinary care across the United States.
This is really a passion, isn't it?
It is. It's a calling, one might say.
Absolutely free, no charge, no qualifications. You get in line, and if you are willing to stay in line, then you get seen. It is a long period of wait. I mean, most of the people were lining up on Friday evening, and so they were having to spend the night. They get up in the morning, they come inside, and then there's more lines. So it's a long wait. But then there was people that had hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of medical care provided over these last couple of days.
Yeah.
So it's worth it.
We saw over 350 patients and something about $160,000 in value of care. So it's a very good weekend.
We always want to make it as easy as possible on our medical volunteers and on the core RAM folks. So it takes us general volunteers that I don't have medical expertise. A lot of the volunteers here don't have medical expertise, but it takes us helping show people where to go, filling out the paperwork, doing the computer work. So it takes all that to help kind of make it smooth for the people that come in and do the medical parts.
We did have a dinner to thank our sponsors. This year we crossed $1 million in care to the community. And so we're really just proud of that fact. We feel blessed. RAM typically only goes one place once. Our community has just been so great to the volunteers, to RAM, and they see the need. And so they continue to come as long as we'll have them.
And something else to note this year, we surpassed a certain milestone. And what is that?
We did, yeah. So over the past 7 years, our clinic has been able to provide over $1 million in care to the community. So since 2016, that's what the values have added up to. This year it was $172,339 for 369 patients, but over 500 what we call encounters. So we had 369 patients, but those patients, some of them got multiple services. So we had over 500 patient encounters, which was pretty impressive.
Yeah, so we do, let's see, we go across the dental cleanings, exam, fillings, vision exams, prescription glasses, women's health exams, general medical screenings. All those items are covered with the RAM event. And we don't do it up here, but they take care of animals too.
Yeah, RAM has a veterinary division. We have not done that here.
I don't want to get that started.
Yeah, it seems like a lot. Usually those clinics are kind of standalone. They don't do them in conjunction with the medical clinics. But
yes, that's interesting. Yes, but I don't know if I want to tackle that in working the parking lot at night.
Yeah, no. One of the other unique things we added this year on a trial basis, and we didn't really advertise it, was dentures as well.
Oh, how did that work? I didn't hear.
Yeah, we kept it kind of quiet because we didn't want to, get people's hopes up, and so we did a small group of 5 people. And thank you, special thanks to Dr. Yim at Affordable Family Dental and his staff. They're the ones that are doing it for us. And then the RAM lab in Tennessee makes the dentures, and so that process is happening right now because there's fittings and trials and adjustments. But
I didn't know that they have their own lab down there too.
They do. Yep, they have a denture lab And so we were able to do that, and it's run pretty smooth so far. So we're hoping to incorporate that into future years in a higher amount, more than 5 people, but still limited, but not just 5. So
That's amazing. Yeah, because many people in town here are in need because of the lack of health care here.
yeah, it's been one of the biggest things we're asked every year is dentures or adjustment to dentures, and so we're trying. So we did a trial this year, like I said, it went well. So I think we'll be able to expand that. The other thing is hearing, hearing aids. We've been asked quite a bit about that, and so we're going to try and incorporate that next year. So if you know any audiologists, please send them our way. Have them call the coalition. But we're looking to add hearing.
I get a lot of those letters in the mail for audiologists. So maybe I'll just drop one
Yeah.
to you, and then
Right.
we'll send them a letter.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it. Yeah.
But so that's great what the RAM does, and they have their truck that comes over here. Everything is stacked inside of that big.
It is crazy
semi.
how they do that. They have it down to a science, and they've been doing this, of course, since 1985. So they're experts at RAM and at packing this truck. And so, yes, the truck comes from Tennessee, fully loaded with all of the dental chairs, the tents for the dental operatories, all the medical supplies, the equipment. It's quite impressive.
And now they have the tents. Let's. I have a couple of pictures. Let's show those.
Yeah, that's been a little different the past couple of years because of COVID. So we have.
Look what they have to set up over there because of the ventilation they have to put there.
Yeah, those are all connected to HEPA air filters, and the air circulates completely in the tent. I believe it's every minute, either every minute or every 30 seconds. I'd have to get clarification, but it is quite impressive.
And that's the walkway.
Yeah, we had 20 of those bays.
So
set
you're
up
not
this year.
tripping on the cork over there. But
Yeah.
it's really amazing to see the whole auditorium filled with the
The
what do you call them?
dental operatories.
operatories.
Operatory,
Yes. So if you're looking forward to this again next year, it's a long wait, I know, but next year we're looking at the 7th and 8th.
7th and 8th of October, so the first full weekend in October.
Yeah.
The 7th and 8th, again at Pathways.
And they're happy with us?
They're
Oh, that's
happy.
right, because they were happy that
We left it clean.
Yes.
Stacy, who's my co-chair, stayed and cleaned and mopped all the floors, and the school district gave us raving reviews that it was cleaner than we had it. So
Yes.
I'm looking forward to them having us back.
So if you're watching the volunteers that stepped in with us and helped out, thank you so much for what you do. And it's a full weekend. I know I work 12, 14 hours on nights, and you meet the people, and they're all thankful for this service for them, and it's great to give back to the community, and that's what why
It's
we're
all
here.
about. Yeah, that's what it's all about. And I think a lot of people don't realize, but a clinic like this takes literally hundreds of volunteers throughout the weekend and thousands of dollars. So every dollar that's contributed, every donor, every volunteer, people need to know that it's not just medical positions that are needed. We need general support. So just like you said, you work the parking lot overnight. We need people for that. We need people for food service, for cleaning, for interpreters, guides, patient check-in, volunteer check-in, you name it. We can put you to work.
When we definitely need, we had a meeting, post-meeting just before this, and we're in need of bilingual, multilingual
Yes,
people.
interpreters,
And
particularly
probably
Hispanic.
Spanish?
Yeah,
Yes.
particularly Spanish speaking. Some Mandarin, but mainly Spanish.
Yes. So if you're thinking about coming in and you don't think you have anything to offer, you can be an interpreter.
Se habla español.
Okay?
Muy poquito.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything from second year Spanish with Mr. Canonigo. I'll dream about him tonight. Oh, my God. But I want to thank you for spending some time with us. And
Thank you for having me.
yes, and we will hope to see you next year, October
7th and 8th at Pathways, and you can call the Nye Communities Coalition 727-9970 if you'd like to contribute, either monetarily or your time.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you,
you.
folks, and we'll see you next week.